Hey YouTube, I'm Steven, and guess what? You guys sent me a ton of amazing questions over the past couple of weeks, so I'm just going to dive right into it and try to answer as many as I can. The first question comes from Josh, and he wanted to know about a time when I goofed up really bad and wished I could go back in time to fix it. Earlier this week, I reset my computer to its factory default settings, and I thought I had put every file I needed on my external hard drive, but there was one really important document which I forgot, and now I can never get it back. Kevin wanted to know what my thoughts on Gangnam Style are and why I think it blew up so fast. Now, the thing about Gangnam Style is when I first heard it, I actually hated it, and then I started hearing it non-stop on the radio and in stores in the mall, and then eventually, for some reason, I started to like it. I think the reason why it became insanely popular in such a short period of time is because there's some subliminal messaging in the lyrics. I mean, think about it. The only English words in the song are "Hey, sexy lady." There's gotta be some Yvonne Etniage stuff going on there. Geralyn asked me, if you were a hippo, what would you sit on first? And that is an excellent question. I think I would sit on everything at the same time. Darnell wanted to know how I deal with fake people when I encounter them, and usually I just tell them I'm busy or I ignore them, and eventually they get the hint and leave me alone. Heather asked me if music is something that anybody can create, and I really like this question because I think that it is. Anybody can strum a guitar or hit a drum or sing a song. Good and bad are just a matter of opinion, so if music is something that you want to do, go for it. Kyle sent me my first ever Twitter question, and he wanted to know what some of my favorite video games are. I gotta say, Super Smash Bros. Melee is my favorite game of all time, but I grew up playing Super Nintendo, so Kirby's Dream Land and Super Mario World are also on that list. I'm also a big fan of the Legend of Zelda series and the early Pokemon and Tony Hawk games. Chris asked me, what's on that fancy ass arm of yours? And now that I think about it, I've actually never mentioned it to you guys. So this is my Super Mario half sleeve, and I got it a little less than a year ago, and the reason why I got it is because I'm getting older, my tastes and interests are maturing and changing and stuff like that, and I just wanted a piece of artwork on my body to, you know, remember my childhood and remember my teenage years playing Smash Bros. And stuff like that. So, yeah, there you go. Britney asked me, do you like my boobs? And to be completely honest, I am not qualified to answer this question. If you would like to know my opinion on the matter, please send a visual aid to any of the links in the info section below. Tara wanted to know, if I went to Hogwarts, which house would I get sorted into? And I think I'd be a Ravenclaw because they're smart and witty. Slytherins tend to be spoiled brats, Gryffindors are goody two-shoes, and everybody knows Hufflepuff is the lame house. Jessie May asked me, what's one thing you would never be caught doing? Hanging out with Hufflepuffs, that's what. Last but not least, Eddie asked me, if you were on a stranded island and could only take one person with you, who would it be? If only one type of food grew from the island, what would that be? If you could only take one weapon with you and it didn't have unlimited ammo, what would you choose? And if you could take 5 other miscellaneous items with you, what would you bring? First things first, I'd bring my buddy Jordan with me because he's really resourceful and inventive, and I think we could just brainstorm and solve any problem that got thrown at us. If I could only have one type of food growing there, I'd choose watermelons because watermelons are just delicious. For a weapon, I'd choose a bow, but only if it came with a decent number of arrows. If not, I'd choose like an epic-ass machete or something like that. As for the 5 other things, I'd bring a couple of seeds so I could grow some stuff, I'd bring a smoking lamp, and I'd probably bring like the internet or something. That's it for episode 2 of Ask Me Anything. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up or comment below, and if you wanted your question on next episode of Ask Me Anything, just send it to my Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, or right here on YouTube. You can find all the links in the info section below. If you wanted to watch my first ever Q&A video, then click the annotation right there. And if you wanted to see my episode 4 with my little sister Madeline, then click the annotation right there. I'm Steven. Thanks for listening to the shit I have to say. Bye.